This is my tip jar. Yeah, look at the thing. This was commissioned, made, and I don't know if she just had somebody make it. I don't actually know how she did it. This is from Mel. Mel is the best. If you think you know someone who's the best, you actually know someone who is the second best. Mel is the best. It's got my logo on it. It's glass. It's got these cool little lights in it. You know what's not the best? Tipping. There's basically one time that you should tip somebody. Did they go out of their way to provide you with something you really would have had a more difficult time getting elsewhere? So when I go to Starbucks, I don't drink coffee, it's vile. But if I do go to Starbucks or something else, I don't generally tip the barista. I don't do it not because I'm mad, but because they've just done their job. They've handed me a cup. Now, if that barista has to go out of their way to make that coffee for me the way I want, which is to not have coffee in it, then, maybe they deserve a tip. But what about like a DoorDash driver? Maybe you live up on a hill and you're far away from all restaurants, so you order DoorDash. Well, that guy, that gal, they're getting paid squat. And they're bringing something to you that you could go get yourself if not for the hard work of it and the time of it. And if you don't tip them, they make basically nothing to go way out of their way to do something for you. But then there's musicians. You go to a restaurant and there's a guy, he's playing guitar. And you're like, yeah, I like that. But I didn't ask for it, so I'm not gonna tip. Those musicians also get paid squat. See, that's what tips have done. Tips have made it so that you can pay people much less, and hey, you'll get tips. It's not really great, but now some jobs really do rely on tips, and musicians are one of them. So the people who put tips in this jar, I really appreciate. These are actually last night's tips, and somebody just put in, I haven't counted it yet, somebody put in, I think all the ones that they had available at their table. It was like a stack of $1 bills all neatly laid in there. I haven't counted it yet, but it's probably, 40% maybe of what I was paid last night. No, probably 20%, I'm guessing. When should I tip a musician? Here's my rule. If that person sounds almost good enough to be on the radio, they're probably better than what you hear on the radio. They're not there benefiting from all of the technology that makes people like Billie Eilish sound good. No attack on Billie Eilish, it's just that's how tech works in the music industry. So when you hear somebody singing and they're live and they sound almost as good as the radio, they're probably better, giving you something good there. But just if you hear a song and you really like it, if you appreciate what they've done, they've spent years being able to do that. So please drop a tip. How much? As much as you feel you got out of it. If you go to a bar and there's a dude playing, you eat your dinner, you have your drinks, but you had entertainment the whole time, well, that's dinner and a show. You paid for the dinner, the show was free, doesn't hurt to throw a couple bucks in the jar. If you see a tip jar, throw bucks in it. Also, you can always tip musicians these days using things like Venmo and all that other good stuff. So, tips are bad. I'm telling you, tips are not the best. But people who tip are the best. The second best. Peace and song. Ooh.